Hey, wonderful, beautiful people. A pleasant afternoon to everybody and to my handsome men. I remember once doing a vlog at the band, so when they heard beautiful, him say, it's not for him, it must be for the women. So let me say, and welcome to my handsome men. All right, lovelies. And I one of the things that I've been doing is embodying from ever since the importance of solid and great leadership. And there are a lot of myths out there about what a leader is. I don't think in our Western hemisphere, predominantly in the Caribbean and even more specifically Jamaica, that we have really and truly embodied what solid leadership is, great leadership is. I doubt people can look at a handful of people and say, there goes an excellent leader. I'd love for people to show me, like in their two hands, count at least 10, 20 names in this country that has 3 million people that they can say solidly, succinctly, but very strident and clearly, that these number of people, without batting an eyelid, are great leaders. They embody the components of what a level 5 leader is. And one of the great gurus on leadership is the great John C. Maxwell. For years, he has been writing books on the area of leadership, because I don't think people fully embody it. People don't understand it, and they wonder why productivity across our island, whether it's public or private sector, it's not just one area, have been very low. They have not truly embodied and employed the requisite people and components and other things needed to have that level 5 leadership. They're not even level 4. Level 4 is great, but it is best to get to level 5. And he said, I just completed a book about talent is not enough. You must be a talent plus person. And he always gets back. If you read a lot of John Maxwell's books, it's always about team and really lauding and praising your team in a healthy way. You're not putting them on a pedestal that is way too high. Obviously, no. But he embodies what Paul says. Esteem the other person above you. When you do that, somebody esteems you above them. So the two of you are on the same level when you really think about it. And I just literally just completed that particular book. And he says, great leaders recognize that everyone on the team is important. So not just you as a leader, or not just the person that you like, but everyone, no matter how you may think somebody is simple. Perhaps maybe the loafer, the social loafer, perhaps in some ways. It's just that maybe their strength and their ability is not being harnessed and honed and maximized. He says they understand that people do better work and do it greater, with greater effort, when they are recognized for their contribution. You have to laud and praise people for their work. There is something in our psyche. That is why the Bible talks about words being powerful, that life and death is in the power of the tongue. It must speak. So he's speaking truth to what that is giving. They understand that people do better work and do it with greater effort when they are recognized for their contribution. Oftentimes, semi-leaders, not so good leaders, they do not empower their people. They don't. And I'm talking the individual, not just the team, because you want a scapegoat or you want to hide behind not lauding and praising a specific individual. One of the things that I notice is it Burger King, these food establishments, when you go in there, you notice they will see on the plaque, you will see the person's picture and it says employee of the month, employee of the quarter, employee of the year. There is power in that. That employee will, even without getting financial gains more, will do everything to be the best worker he or she can be. When he or she keeps seeing that, and that plays off in the psyche. Because remember, the scene sense is the strongest sense among the 5 that they call it. Meaning, if I tell you something, and when you go and you see something else, you're going to go with what you've seen. And, I thought that, sometimes when I go in these places and I see it, I myself feel so good seeing, the pictures of the people and their, the laud and the praise that they're given. Employee of the month, employee of the quarter, employee of the year. It does something to the psyche. Reward sweetens labor. You have rewarded them with that. And the power within that, the attitude within that will cause that employee to go above and beyond. Will almost make a way where there seems to be no way, even if there are no financial remunerations. Right away, let me say it that way. Great leaders discuss ideas. Average leaders discuss events. Small leaders discuss people. Eleanor Roosevelt said it this way. Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Small minds discuss people. A great leader discuss ideas to build the company and to build the people. Warren Buffett said the best investment is human resource. You cannot invest in artificial resource. If you understand, and we're not talking about AI, I'm talking about it's the people who create all of these things, who build out these things. The people. You understand what I'm saying? And he continues, he says, I think this man is so profound, John C. Maxwell. He says, if you want to help your team go farther and help team members to sharpen their talent and maximize their potential. Remember, potential is not enough. When things don't go well, listen to what he says, leaders. He says, take more than your fair share of the blame. Don't blame others. One of the worst things a leader can do is to blame people for a failed company, for failed work, for failed job done, and put the blame mostly on them. I have seen it. I have seen it in different areas and sectors. They blame the people and try to make themselves look great and look good. They blame people. They blame people. He says, take more than your fair share of the blame. It gets better. Listen, my beautiful people. He says, listen. When things go well, give all. He didn't say give some. He didn't say give 95%. He didn't say give 99.99. He didn't say give 0%. He says give all, barring none. I'm saying the barring none. All of the credit away. In fact, there was a follow-up point where he says, he says, do an activity, and when the job is well done, give all the credit away. Give all the credit. Take no credit for yourself. Even if you contribute or contributed to the success of that particular project or plan, he says, give all the credit away, and you give it in a team effort, and you give it in an individual effort. Give all the credit away. Give all the credit away. Remember the widow's mite? The lady gave all to Jesus, and Jesus said, this lady gave far more than those Pharisees. It's almost like, should I give one little $100 Jamaican, and the Pharisees then would have give thousands of dollars, and that $100 Jamaican meant more to kingdom building, because he knew in her heart that if she had more, she would have given more without even batting an eyelid. And she would have given first to the kingdom of God, to the building up of the kingdom of God, to the tearing and pulling down of the devil's strongholds, helping others, and obviously taking care of our own self. Great leaders take their fair share of blame. They take accountability. They're answerable. They take responsibility. And they give all the credit away. Please note that giving all the credit away doesn't shortchange a leader. It actually maximizes and strengthens the leader. Because when it's time to reap, your name will be called among the greats, that you're an excellent leader. You're a great leader. You're an impeccable leader. You're the leader to be sought after. You're the prize. You're like the creme de la creme. You're the exemplary leader. Almost like none can be compared to you. And I say almost. Give all the credit away. Take your fair share of the blame. Because anytime you see, whether it's an organization, a company, an entity or whatnot failing, I guarantee you, it's either there is a poor leader or there are misfits. People who are mischief makers, they're not the right pieces of the puzzle to grow the company, but generally it's number one, poor leadership, because poor leadership would not have had the misfits. Guys, you know what to do. Read TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe. Give me one of those lions. Thank ya.